Hello viewer, I'm Father Lokk. Please subscribe and enjoy the programs.
Ellison and Evie strolled hand in hand. The carnival air buzzed, rides whirled, laughter echoed. It was a day for cotton candy skies and carefree joy. Deep in the park, a tent beckoned. Its sign creaked, "Mama Mahuglu sees all." Evie shivered, but Ellison laughed. Inside the air grew heavy. A wizened woman sat before them, eyes like glowing embers. Mama Mahuglu. Evie felt uneasy. Ellison, ever the skeptic, scoffed. He scanned the trinkets and charms littering the table. One piece caught his eye, a ring, silver and ancient, with a stone that pulsed with an eerie green light. "How much for the ring?" Ellison asked, his voice echoing oddly in the tent. The air was thick with the scent of incense, and shadows danced on the walls. Mama Mahuglu didn't answer. Her eyes, black as night, bored into him as if searching his very soul. "It's not for sale," she rasped, her voice like dry leaves crackling. The words seemed to hang in the air, heavy and foreboding, but Ellison was captivated. He slipped the ring onto his finger, the silver cold against his skin. The green stone pulsed with an eerie light, almost as if it were alive. "Consider it a souvenir," he said, already turning away. His heart raced with a mix of excitement and defiance. Evie tugged at his arm, fear in her eyes. She could sense the danger, the wrongness of the situation. But Ellison, emboldened by a strange confidence, just laughed and pulled her away. He felt invincible, as if the ring had given him newfound power. As they left, Mama Mahuglu's voice slithered after them, a chilling whisper. "What is taken will be paid for tenfold." The words echoed in the night, a haunting promise of what was to come. The days that followed were a blur of misfortune, a relentless cascade of bad luck and despair. Ellison, once successful and charming, became withdrawn and irritable. His once bright eyes now seemed hollow, filled with an unspoken torment. His work suffered immensely, and his boss, once a supporter, became enraged. He lost his job, his career crumbling before him. His luck had soured beyond repair. Evie watched, her heart breaking, as the man she loved withered before her eyes. She tried to comfort him, but her efforts seemed in vain. Then came the nightmares. Vivid, grotesque dreams plagued Ellison every night, each one more terrifying than the last. He'd wake, screaming, his body slick with sweat, his heart pounding in his chest. The terror was palpable. The ring on his finger seemed to pulse with a malevolent life of its own, as if it were feeding off his misery. His reflection in the mirror was no longer his own. It was a twisted, haunted visage that stared back at him. His skin grew pallid, his eyes bloodshot, and a strange rash spread across his chest, a physical manifestation of the curse. It was a gruesome mosaic of boils, each one a throbbing testament to the curse that consumed him, a relentless reminder of his doomed fate. Section 4. Decay and Despair. The boils grew, festering, weeping a foul-smelling pus. Ellison cried out in agony, his screams echoing through their empty apartment. He scratched at his skin, tearing at the boils until they bled. Then the vomiting began. Not food but writhing, squirming things. Maggots, fat and white, spilled from his lips. Evie, horrified but resolute, tried everything. Doctors were baffled. Priests were powerless. Desperation clawed at her. She remembered Mama Mahuglu. This was her doing. She had to find her, plead for Ellison's life. Section 5. A gruesome discovery. She raced back to the carnival grounds, her heart pounding in her chest like a drum. The night air was thick with fog, making it hard to see more than a few feet ahead. But the carnival was gone, vanished like a mirage in the desert. Only an empty field remained, eerily silent and devoid of life. The vibrant lights and sounds that once filled the air were now just a haunting memory. Returning home, a chilling silence greeted her. The house, once filled with Ellison's whimpers and screams, was now deathly quiet. The walls seemed to close in on her, amplifying the silence. She found him in their bedroom. On the floor, amidst a writhing carpet of maggots, lay Ellison. The sight was more horrifying than she could have ever imagined, a grotesque tableau of death and decay. His eyes, vacant and staring, were two black pits in his skull. The ring, now dull and lifeless, lay beside him, stained with blood and something far more sinister. It was as if the very essence of life had been drained from him. Evie sank to her knees, the echo of Mama Mahuglu's words a haunting dirge in the stillness. The weight of those words pressed down on her, suffocating her with their truth. What is taken will be paid for tenfold. The price, she realized with a shudder, had been paid in full. The room seemed to grow colder, the shadows lengthening as if to swallow her whole. She knew then that there was no escaping the curse. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button for more gruesome tales. Be safe out there, and in the words of Father Lokk, always remember and always know that he loved y'all. Bye, family.